What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Killer Drone, and welcome back to some more Terraria. In today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take care of the Lunatic Cultist. That is the first post-golem boss that we need to take care of. But first, I actually want to take out the Frost Moon one more time. The Ice Queen actually has a weapon that I really want, and that is the Blizzard Staff. And the Blizzard Staff basically makes icicles fall down on enemies, and I think that would be super useful for some of the fights that we have coming up. So I'm going to take one more crack at the Frost Moon real quick here whenever night falls, and hopefully she is nice to us and drops the weapon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's start our trap here, and then let's go ahead and get the naughty present. Why is it not letting me use it? Naughty present? Oh, is it not quite nighttime yet? What time does it turn night? I forgot. It's been a while since I've played, in case you can't tell. I mean, a lot of you guys are keeping up with the series, but yeah, it has actually been a minute. There we go. There's the Frost Moon. I guess it turns night at 7:30. I thought it turned night at 6:30. No matter though, our trap is working perfectly as intended. We are not going to have to fight any of these small guys. We're going to let all of our traps take care of them. And the big guys, when they come in, we'll take care of those guys one-on-one. I also have a lot of buffs set up and ready to go. We have regen, iron skin, swiftness, heart reach, endurance potions, magic power potions, mana regeneration, as well as a rage potion. So we should be good as far as that goes as well with our buffs. I should come up here and go ahead and grab these buffs as well. Go ahead and get us a second deadly sphere out. And we can also just go ahead and throw these guys out. And this guy as well. And here comes our very first ever scream. I need you to go down for me there, buddy. And he's done. Nice. I'm actually not going to use my potions, my big potions, quite yet. I actually want to wait till we get our first Ice Queen before we buff up. So, gonna be a lot of waiting around. Is this guy gonna come up? Come on up, Everscream. I see you down there, buddy. Come on up. Head this way. There we go. And nice. Heart reach is going to be super useful later, but for right now, I think we're doing just fine. Come on, Everscream. Up this way, buddy. There we go. We're just depleting our mana taking these guys out, but that's fine. Go ahead and use a potion real quick. And we're up to wave 7 already. We are doing pretty good flying through this event already. Are you coming, Mr. Santa? Santa Claus is coming to town in the middle of April, which makes absolutely no sense, but whatever. Come on, Santa. Head up this way. There you go. So these guys are a little bit tankier than Everscream. So I used up all of my mana. Probably a good idea to go ahead and think about buffing. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Buff up so we get mana regen. Nice. And now we should be able to grab all those heart reach potions and stuff. Yeah, once you're buffed up in this game, you're really a lot more powerful. Especially as a mage, because you can pick up stars and stuff like that quite easily. Alright, Santa, I need you to go down for me. Yeah, they have a lot more health, but they're still not horrible. The Ice Queen's really the one that's a pain. Can you go away, Elf Copper? I forget at what level the Ice Queen comes. I know it's soon. Is it level 9 or level 10? I actually don't remember. So much going on screen right now. Sorry guys if I'm going quiet. Trying to focus the best that I can. Oh, hi there, gingerbread man. How are you doing? I don't know how you got in here, but that's fine. Goodbye, elf copter. I thought that the Ice Queen started a lot earlier in the waves, but apparently not. We're 25% of the way done with this wave. We're on wave 9. We got another boss coming over here, though, so that should take out a pretty large chunk of the wave whenever he comes up. Come here, buddy. This way. Not bad. We need to get that Everscream to come up now. Oh, looks like we're going to get an Everscream and a Santa MK1 at the same time. That's not real good for us, but that's fine. We'll take Everscream out first, because it's got a little bit less health, and it'll regen our mana and stuff a little bit better. Alright, now for Santa. Man, I am terrible at dodging in this game. Alright, nice. That worked out relatively well. Another Everscream. Another Santa and an Everscream. It's already 1 a.m. in game time, so we're not going to have a lot of time to take out a bunch of Frost Moons. Or a bunch of Ice Queens, I mean. And there she is. Alright, I want to take out this Everscream first. Hold on. There we go. Alright, now just focus on the Ice Queen. Come down this way, lady. Alright, I'm going to try and keep my distance a little bit with her. I may have to come out of the arena a bit like this, because she likes to float about. Alright, lady, come on. Work with me here. Drink up a potion. There we go. We're hitting her a little bit better. Alright, I'm gonna head down here and see if I can grab some hearts up. There we go. Come here, lady. There we go. Nice. And she's down. Okay, I don't know that we're gonna have enough time to do another one, but here she comes. I think it's 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. That is daytime. I'm going to zoom out my camera so I can hopefully see her a little bit better. Oh man, I still have potion sickness for 11 more seconds. I got to be a little bit more careful. Ow! Nice. Got health back up. Alright, please give me the staff, lady. Does she seriously give me nothing again? Dude, her drop rate is so insanely low. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get this again. Alright, let's see. Heart reach. I don't think we're going to kill her again. I think she's about to leave. She's so close to dying again, though. Come on. Nice! Did she give us something? Literally nothing again. You gotta be kidding me, man. Oh, I hate her so much. I hate her so much. Her drop rate is so low. This is like my 5th time or so going after the Ice Queen for this Blizzard Staff, and she is not wanting to play ball. Oh well, that is another Frost Moon done. We survived the night. We only got to round 12 or wave 12, but that's fine. We're fine. Alright, well, it doesn't look like we are going to get the Blizzard Staff for this episode. I may go ahead and try and get that off camera, maybe do a couple more Frost Moons. I'm not entirely sure, but in the rest of this episode, I want to take down the Lunatic Cultist. That will start some of the pillars for the lunar event. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get some potions ready, and then we are going to head over to the dungeon and get this thing started. Before we go and do that, though, I have been getting some fishing quests done with Johnny over here. I've been doing these, trying to get the hot rod fishing pole, but sadly, I have not been lucky enough to get it. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go and do this real quick. This is found in the caverns, so that'll be relatively easy to go and do. So hopefully, we'll get a bit lucky. Alright, so after a few minutes of fishing, I still did not get that quest item. I do not know what's going on, if it has to do with some of the Crimson or Corruption or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but I got a ton of fish here, but none that were that quest item. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong in this case, but I have some wooden crates to open for later, and I am now prepared for the Lunatic Cultist. I have all of our potions made up. I should already have a crystal ball and a campfire and stuff like that over at the dungeon. So I think it's just going to be a matter of us heading over there. Actually, I only see a workbench. Maybe it'll be a good idea to grab a campfire and stuff on my way. I'll just steal it out of this arena right here. Man, having the cosmic car key makes things so much nicer getting around your world. You just fly in a straight line and get to wherever you need to. I'm so glad that we got this in the last episode. If you guys haven't checked that out, highly recommend it. It's one of the easiest ways to take down the Martian Madness event. Alrighty, ladies and gents, but here we are at the dungeon. I have a bewitching table set up. I have a crystal ball, have a heart lantern, have a star in a bottle, and I also have all of our buff potions. I want to go ahead and get this thing started since we do not have much more time left here at night. Let's go ahead and kill these guys, and the Lunatic Cultist has spawned. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and buff up, and there he is. Let's get in all of the damage. Now this guy, from what I understand, as long as you keep moving, he's not horrible. Now he is going to spawn in some buddies at one point, which could make this a bit more difficult. So we just want to hit him, and that's why we're fighting him at night, is because he does glow in the dark. So that is going to be super useful. I'm just going to dodge all of his little attacks here. He is quite a heavy hitter, so you do want to avoid him for the most part. Looks like this guy. Or not. Okay, there is the Wyvern. His Wyvern friend is not very fun to deal with, so we don't want to deal with him if we do not have to. All right, I'm going to get a potion up. So there he is. So he is the one that does not glow in the dark, rather. I think I said that he's the one that glows in the dark. He is the one that does not glow in the dark. But as you can see, he is almost dead. Relatively easy fight. And there we go. He is down. And it looks like we got a couple of drops from him. We got a Ancient Manipulator, which can be placed in order to craft with lunar fragments and luminite. And we also got his cultist trophy. So that's nice. Not bad at all. That's actually a pretty easy fight to do, but as you can see, the cultists are no longer at the temple, which means if we want to spawn these guys in again, we're going to have to beat the lunar events, which, if we open up the map, should now be in different areas on the map. So here is our Stardust Pillar that we need to take out. Here is our Nebula Pillar that we need to take out. Here is our Solar Pillar. And over here is the Vortex Pillar. Now, I believe that the Nebula Pillar is the one that is for mages. So that's probably going to be the first one that we take out rather than any of the others. It's better for us to get our mage equipment going than any of the other equipment. Lucky for us, though, none of this actually spawned near our base. So it does look like we have a little bit of a buffer between taking these guys out. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get geared up, and I'm going to go and take on the Nebula Pillar here in this episode. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back, and we are now about to take on the Nebula Pillar. But before we go and do that, let's actually talk about the pillar itself. What are the pillars, and how do they work? Well, basically, the pillars are part of the Lunatic Cultist event, and as you can see, I have actually died over here once already just checking out the pillar. But basically what these pillars do is you have to go to the pillar, defeat 100 enemies that are around the pillar, and then the force field that is around the pillar will lower, and you'll be able to destroy the pillar itself. So we need to go into this area. We need to defeat 100 of the enemies that are spawning around there. They are special enemies depending on which pillar you are at. But we're going to focus on the Nebula one because this is the magic-based pillar that is in this area. So we're going to come over here, we're going to defeat 100 enemies, and then we're going to destroy the pillar. This may take us a couple of tries because, well, I'm not exactly the best at this game, first and foremost, but secondly, it's not exactly easy. There's a lot of ranged characters over here that hit pretty hard, so not something that you should go into lightly. Probably have some decent enough potions and stuff like that going into here. But I think that I'm actually just going to kind of wing this thing. I'm not going to go and set up with buff potions and all that. I mean, I probably should, but it's just defeat 100 enemies, not defeat 100 enemies in one life. So I think as long as I fly around here and I'm relatively careful, I should be fine. Hopefully. That is the goal here. Now, this pillar does actually have a special enemy that will leech onto your head and blind you and, like, suck life out of you. So that's something to be aware of. I should probably actually have brought some mana potions now that I think about this. This could be a problem. One thing that I do need is to continue to put out attacking damage. But hey, that's fine. Whatever. And we're dead. We're dead. Nice. Yeah, mana potions would have been really, really helpful there. Really, really helpful there. Oh well, let's go ahead and grab some of those and we'll head back over. Alright, ladies and gents, we are back over. Never mind. Okay, so I've changed my mind about using potions. I now have a potion of regen, a potion of swiftness, as well as a potion of magic power. So hopefully, with some mana potions, we should be a little bit better, although it's already not looking good for me. I need to get over toward the pillar as well. Looks like we just got the shockwave. Yep. And that is the force field of this pillar down. Man, we are still not doing good, though. Look at our health constantly, man. All right, let's just wail into this pillar. As you can see, his health is going down relatively quickly. That's one thing as a mage player, you do a lot of damage. However, you also take a ton of damage. But there you go. The Nebula Pillar is now down. Wow. Yeah, playing a mage sucks, man. You cannot take a hit worth anything. But you do deal a lot of damage, so it's kind of a give and take with the mage character. Anyway, Nebula Pillar is down. Let's head over here and let's grab up all of the goodies that drop from the pillar. We should end up with some nebula fragments on the ground over here. Let's see. There we go. Looks like we ended up with 38 nebula fragments. Not bad. Let's come up here and grab up all of our money from the multiple times of us dying. And let's head back to the base. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back and we are here at the base in order to craft ourselves some brand new magic items. Because we now have the Nebula fragments, we should be able to craft 2 brand new magic items to use here on our adventure. So let's go ahead and get into making these. In order to do this, we're going to need the Ancient Manipulator, which we got as a drop from the Lunatic Cultist. So we can go ahead and place this down somewhere in our base. And what this does is it allows us to create weapons, armor, things like that with the Nebula fragments and Luminite. Now, we can't get Luminite quite yet because we do not have the Moonlord defeated. The Moonlord is what drops Luminite. But because we have Nebula fragments, we can make some more powerful weapons. So we have 2 weapons here on our list that we can make. We can make the Nebula Arcanum, and we can also make the Nebula Blaze. Now, I do believe that we have enough to make both of these. I think we need 37 total in order to get both of them, and it looks like we have 38, so we should be able to craft both of these guys. So let's go ahead and make one of these, and let's also make one of these, and we should have 2 Nebula fragments left over. Not bad whatsoever. So now let's give these bad boys a try. Let's go ahead and set them up here in our bar, and let's go see exactly what they do. All right, so we will start here with the Nebula Blaze. Okay, so this one, wow, it shoots very, very fast. Okay. How much mana does it use, though? That is going to be a big tell. Looks like it uses 15 mana compared to our current Superior Razor Pine that only uses 4. However, we can get a mana decrease if we get Mythical or something like that on that. So I'm not going to hold that too much against the Nebula Blaze. I want to find an enemy to hit with this, though. I want to see exactly what this guy is all about. I'll tell you what, let's head up to the Sky Islands up here, because I know harpies will spawn at any point during... Oh, even better! Check this guy out. Okay, well that hits him very, very hard. And that hit him very, very hard as well. So that was the Ignorant Nebula Arcanum. Okay, we got Ignorant. So it's plus 20% mana cost and minus 10% damage. So we're definitely going to want to re-roll that. But the Nebula Blaze is very fast. The Nebula Blaze, it is only a one-hit weapon, so like it hits one time and then it's done. But it shoots very fast, and it moves across the screen pretty fast too. Hits a 505? That's really good. That's really, really good. That may be good enough to become our main weapon right now. I mean, the Razor Pine's still really good, but if we can get this one's mana cost down just a bit, that's going to be pretty good. That's going to be pretty good. All right, I'm going to find some more things to hit real quick, and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I now have a little dummy set up here in order to test out the damage of these weapons. I also have re-rolled these weapons into some better variations, so our Nebula Blaze is now a demonic Nebula Blaze. Instead of going for mana reduction, I decided to just keep the demonic, because then it's going to do plus 15% damage, which I think is going to be better than mana conservation. If we can get things killed quicker, then we don't really need to conserve our mana. So I'm going to keep it as demonic. I may change it out later and go for something with more mana conservation, but for right now, this is what we're going with. So plus 15% damage and plus 5% critical strike chance. And then for the Nebula Arcanum, we now have the Mystic Nebula Arcanum, which does plus 10% damage and minus 13% mana cost. So theoretically, this one should be a little bit cheaper to use, and therefore we can use it to take out large groups of enemies. So let's go ahead and check both of them out. If we go ahead and use the Blaze first, the Blaze is going to be very, very high damage, single target damage. So as you can see, it doesn't go through the dummies and hit the other ones behind it. It only hits the one thing that you are aiming at. So if you're just fighting a single target, probably going to be really good. But if you're trying to clear out a wave of enemies, probably not that good. So that is where the Mystic Nebula Arcanum comes in. This guy, it's going to be for taking out lots of enemies. If we go ahead and fire this guy off, as you can see, it does a lot of damage all around this area. And it's also doing significantly less magic damage. As you can see, so this does 201, this does 103, but that's 103 spread out over and over and over again because it does this explosion. So it doesn't look like it's doing as much damage, but it's doing damage to all of these targets. So if this was a lot of enemies, it would theoretically take out all of these enemies at once. So that's really nice, whereas this guy, high damage on one target specifically. So I think that these two are probably going to be my main weapons from now on. I still like the Razor Pine, and I may still use it some as well, but I think that these two are really good. I'm kind of concerned about them with Moonlord just a little bit, because the whole thing is we're using the Spectre armor still, and because we're using this Spectre armor, we want to get a lot of the lasers coming out of our body to go and damage enemies as well. So this one will probably make a lot of those lasers, whereas this one probably just going to be doing a lot of damage. Yeah, I'm not really sure how this is going to work. Maybe I'll start with taking on a much simpler boss. Maybe we'll go back after the Ice Queen or something like that before we try Moonlord. But we still have a lot of pillars to take out here. We still have the Solar Pillar, which I believe is the melee pillar, the Vortex, which is the range pillar, and then the Stardust Pillar, which is the summon pillar. This one's actually going to be really fun to do because then you get the Stardust Dragon or Stardust Wyvern or whatever it's called. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I do think that is going to be where I wrap up today's video. I do hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.